welcome back to Northwest City Politics in the Know with Juanita. We're glad to have you with us again this evening. We're always happy every week that there are people like you out there, people that are interested in the issues that are happening in our cities. Because it is important for good government for there to be a good flow of information back and forth between the residents, between the city councils, between the city staff. So we're glad that you're interested and we're glad that you're with us. If you haven't watched our program before, each week we'll have somebody on from one of the 9 cities in Northwest Community Television's viewing area to bring us up to date on what issues and what kinds of things are happening in the city. And then if it's your city, be sure to take down the phone number and email of the person we have on in case you have questions, or it might be an issue that really resonates with you, and then we encourage you to follow up. And we're very happy tonight to have as our guests a couple of people from Golden Valley. We've got Mayor Shep Harris, and we've got Golf Operations Manager. Okay, did I get it?
Very good.
Ben Disch. So we're happy to have both of you with us to help us go over what's happening in Golden Valley and keep people out there up to date.
Thanks so much for having us tonight. And
now you'll know, because you've been on before, but you won't, that I'm going to give you a little time to introduce yourself out to our wider audience. Tell them a little bit about yourself and your time in Golden Valley.
Okay, well, thank you. And I also want to say thank you for Ben Disch for being here this evening to talk about some really exciting news that's going to happen in Golden Valley in the near future,
right,
about our community center. But so I've been lucky and fortunate to represent the people of Golden Valley for the past going on 5 years now as mayor. My family and I moved to Golden Valley 12 years ago, and we've got 3 kids, so we have been and continue to be very involved.
Oh, yes.
On any given night. It could be Park Valley United Soccer, it could be Golden Valley Little League, it could be Golden Valley Girls Softball, it could be obviously city council meetings, right, it could be the Golden Valley Rotary, the Golden Valley Business Council. I'm a member of the Twin West Chamber of Commerce, and also a member of the League of Women Voters. So it's a 3-ring circus, but you know, that's the way life is, but we love it that way, and so we've just been lucky to live in a great city.
Oh, true. And Ben, let you tell our audience a little bit about
thank
yourself.
you so much for inviting me tonight. My name is Ben Disch. I am the Golf Operations Manager at Brookview Golf Course. I am in my 17th season, so 17 years means I have seen a lot of changes at Brookview through the years. And not only at Brookview, but in the golf industry as a whole. And I tell you what, there is nothing more exciting, at least at Brookview in front of us, as a new community center, which we look forward to discussing a little bit tonight. So again, thanks so much for having me.
Oh, we're glad to have both of you with us.
Thank you.
Now, moving into the issues that are happening, there's a lot of development issues, so I thought we'd start out with some of the housing development that's happening along Highway 55 and 169, and then also over on I-394. Let's start with West End, is just off of 394 in Xenia, right?
Right.
Okay, so located for people. And so you've got a development that's going to be half in Golden Valley and half in St. Louis Park. So that's a more challenging development, right?
Right. Well, it's to give people even more of landmarks. Think of the Olive Garden, just south of 394.
Right.
Just west of 100. So on the Golden Valley side, it's Xenia. On the St. Louis Park side, it gets confusing. On the St. Louis Park side, it's Park Place Boulevard. So what we're looking at is over the next 4 years, you're going to see various phases.
Sure.
And in fact, if anyone's interested in getting more information, I have this little handy dandy prop here. I've got my scribble notes on here, but we have something like this down at City Hall that people want to come and pick up. They can get that. And we've also had it in our city news in the past. I'm looking at the camera to get that right, where it will have some of these similar pictures and information. But what we're looking at, that whole area is called Park Central West. And what people are seeing right now when they drive south or they're driving west or east in that area and they see the building right now, that is the one where roughly half of it is in Golden Valley and half of it is in St. Louis Park. And so there's about 200 units that are going to be built and ready to go by next year. And a little less than half, about 80 or so, are going out of the nearly 200 are going to be technically in Golden Valley.
Okay, their address will be Golden Valley, huh?
Correct,
Okay.
correct. And we had to do a lot of work with St. Louis Park to figure
yeah.
out the zoning codes when it comes to, well, more the housing and building property maintenance codes in terms of how are we going to deal with public safety issues. And so that all got worked out with the City of St. Louis Park and with Golden Valley, and we're looking forward to it. We think that will be phase 1, and then you're going to start seeing a Marriott hotel, about 126 rooms going up right now. That will all be in St. Louis Park, but literally the front doorstep will be in Golden Valley.
Project.
Correct. This is all, and what makes it confusing is that you have different developers who own different parcels of this. So you're going to see an office building. You're going to see some parking as well as a parking ramp, and you're actually going to see a second apartment facility. But that will be, that second building will be completely in St. Louis Park. So what you're seeing right now going up is Golden Valley.
Okay, and who's the developer then of the Golden Valley apartments?
It's a Florida-based company called DLC Residential. And for those who read some of the local trade materials and papers or journals, you've got other groups that are involved in there, like Ryan Companies, Excelsior Group, and there's TPI Hospitality. So there's different, like I said, different parcels owned by different developers, but for the Golden Valley piece, it's DLC Residential.
Okay, and then now apartments are directed at certain groups of our general public. Where are these apartments being aimed at?
It's going to be interesting to watch. What we were told by the developers is that, well, first of all, Golden Valley, just like the whole metro area, is expected to grow more over the next 20 to 30 years. We're expected to have 10 to 15% more residents move into Golden Valley, and we got to find a place for them to live. And then you also have just commuters coming into the city on a daily basis. We're expecting 15 to 20% more jobs to be created over the next 20 to 30 years. So what we're seeing is we're going to see some senior citizens who are looking to downsize, but we're also going to see some of those probably the millennials, and maybe even the post-millennials, whatever we may call them.
Whatever they get called.
Yeah, whatever my kids are going to be called, will be moving into that. So you'll see a mix, because this is literally minutes from downtown Minneapolis, or minutes from the far west metro, out 394. So it's going to be interesting to see the mix of people that you'll have there.
And seconds from Brookview Golf Course,
of course.
Potential new customers at Brookview.
Of course.
Right, that portion of the project is the Golden Valley portion. What is the timeline for that portion?
The Golden Valley piece should be online and should be done by the end of the year, early next year.
Okay.
That's what we've been told.
Yeah, because people can see what's happening there right now.
Correct, correct. The idea is DLC Residential, which is building this apartment complex, and the next one. The second one is supposed to start in October of 2017. So then this has to be done before that.
Right, before that.
Yep.
And then now moving down Highway 55, 55 and 169, you've got a couple of projects going.
That's right.
Maybe you could take one at a time.
Sure. Well, we've got Cornerstone Creek,
Okay.
which is across the street from National Camera Exchange. That's the landmark that people like to use, because people see that when they're going down Highway 55 right before they get to 169. So across the street, across Golden Valley Road, is what's called Cornerstone Creek, and that's a unique facility that is going to house 45 residents who have physical or mental disabilities, and it's going to be for people who who need affordable housing.
Okay.
So we are trying to diversify our housing stock in Golden Valley for seniors, for people of low-income means, and this is going to be one of those facilities where we will be able to help people who have low-income needs, but also have those disabilities.
Oh, right, both together.
Correct, correct. So that's 45 units, and then across the street, right next door to National Camera Exchange, what you see also going up right now, that's the one you see more of, is called Hello. Literally.
Yeah, I've seen the sign.
Hello, right. You'll see as you're driving down, you see the big sign. It just says hello.
Hello.
Hello. And that is going to be a 172 unit facility. And that's market rate housing.
Okay.
And the developers believe that that is going to attract, it's kind of like a workforce housing in the sense of people who may work in the West Metro area. Again, you may have some seniors who are looking to downsize, but you're also going to have people who are looking for the apartment. They're not ready to settle down into the single-family home in Golden Valley because they work just on the other side of 169 at Wells Fargo.
Right.
You know, or they want to be high enough where they can see Brookview Community Center across Highway 55.
Great view.
So we're looking forward to seeing those units finished.
And so these are two completely different projects that are in the same area.
That's right. That area, especially where Hello is, that's part of that property is where the old Golden Valley Bowl used to be.
Right.
And so that area had the term that we used was tired. It had gotten tired.
Right.
And so we are seeing a rejuvenation there, not only in those two facilities, but in the future we've already given authorization where the Wendy's used to be, as well as the other fast food restaurant, which is the old Kentucky Fried Chicken. Right. That area also has been authorized if a developer wishes to create a senior cooperative type of apartment building. So again, we've got to find places for our friends to move into Golden Valley as we grow, and so we have we've rolled out the red carpet for some opportunities.
So both of those projects will kind of enlarge an area where you maybe need more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And there is a lot of talk about affordable housing now, so Golden Valley's doing something about it.
We are.
Right. Now, both of these projects are underway, and people can see the work on them. When will they be completed?
They should be complete either before the end of the year or right at the beginning of the year. I have a feeling that it will look complete by the end of the year, but there'll probably be some punch list items that need to be done more internally, where the exterior may look finished, but especially with the cold weather, by the end of the year, they'll be working more on the inside. So it should be done by the end of the year, beginning of next year.
Well, and that was the area, due to that recession time back, that kind of got slowed down in the process too, didn't it?
Yeah, I would say we're doing a lot of catch up,
yeah,
frankly. I mean, really, from when the housing bubble burst in 2008, 2009, a lot of things slowed down in Golden Valley, and so we're doing some catch up, and there's going to be some additional facilities coming on, but those are our main ones for right now.
Right.
Well, actually, and I almost forgot, I'm looking at my sheet here about Liberty Crossing. That's
and we'll touch on that a little bit later. Now, we'll switch over to Ben Disch and ask him about some of the summertime activities that are in Golden Valley to let people know what's going on. Can you tell them what are the different kind of recreational activities that Golden Valley residents can sign up for, or what can they find available?
Sure, I'm always amazed, Mayor, when I look through the brochure, the City of Golden Valley's Park and Recreation brochure, how many activities there are for all ages, whether it's youth, teen, adult, senior, and it's not just summer activities, it's year-round programming.
Oh, yes, right, because we're only focusing on summer.
Of course. And in the summer, you've got anything from baseball all the way down to volleyball. You've got babysitting classes all the way down to the ever-popular water days that Golden Valley has hosted for so many years. Boot camp to yoga, you name it. So there's something for everybody, and there's a lot of the programs and activities that we take pride in. You can find a number of them that are free in the parks. We have wonderful parks in Golden Valley that the staff and the community take a lot of pride in, of course. One thing in particular that I wanted to point out is our Rockin' and Rollin' on the Greens on a Friday, June 17th, coming up from 6 to 8 p.m. for teens. Mark your calendar, ages 13 to 18. I know we've got a couple of people that we've already talked to that are interested. We've got a live DJ that will be at the lawn bowling facility, so it'll be at Brookview Golf Course and lawn bowling. There'll be a live DJ. We'll have the fire pit going, fantastic food and beverages, of course, and just a fun-filled night. So it kind of is. It really is the full gamut of activities and programming. The Penny Carnival is always something that's extremely popular in Golden Valley, and again, really something for everybody year-round.
And they can go on the city website to sign up for these activities, or are they mostly signed up for already, or what's the stage of them since we're in the beginning of June?
Kind of a little bit of both. Some started. We had a senior lawn bowling clinic that actually started today. So it's June, believe it or not, here we are, and summer is upon us. So the summer programming in some regards has started. And in other regards, there's a number of things that you can sign up throughout the summer, and you can find that, of course, on the City of Golden Valley's website and the Park and Recreation brochure, of course.
And people are getting more used to using websites, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
That
Well,
it's a real resource for people.
Yeah. In fact, after this, I got to go home and sign up for the next boot camp. I did it during the spring, and
the boot camp is phenomenal.
Oh,
yes,
it's great.
So what is
Excellent
the boot camp?
Oh, you should join me. You should join me. No, it's I'm trying to remember. I think this session is probably an 8-week session, but you're doing boot camp types of physical fitness activities. I mean, it's a combination of aerobic exercise as well as strength training.
Right.
So
just a great way to keep in shape.
Bear crawls are my favorite. Burpees are my least favorite.
The least favorite, I would agree with you there. Hard work for sure, but the list goes on. There's classes, card games, educational talks. There's trips throughout the area, so the list really goes on.
All kinds of things.
All kinds of things. You bet.
No, you're building a gazebo in Brookview Park.
We
Brookview
are,
Park?
yeah,
I'll
the
make sure I get
southwest corner of Brookview Park, and I am ecstatic about this. I think it's going to be a wonderful addition to Brookview Park. Southwest corner of Brookview Park, if you can picture that. We just started breaking ground, I think, in the last week. Grand opening, correct me if I'm not wrong, is in July at the Ice Cream Social that will take place. And we're looking forward to community picnics. Summer concert series might take place under the gazebo. And then, of course, numerous weddings through the years at the gazebo. So I think it's just a fantastic addition to the park, and I believe it's 34 feet. It's a hexagon shape.
So good size.
It is a good size, and it should be just a wonderful addition and attraction for the community.
And then there's a number of outdoor concerts. Now, lots of communities have them, so we'll give you a chance to kind of talk about yours.
Sure. Well, the concerts start next Monday night, June 6th, and it runs through August 8th, 7 to 8 p.m. in the parks. And I'd have to look at my list here because there are so many fantastic bands and some new bands that and groups that we've recruited. You've got the Robbinsdale City Band, the Minnesota State Band, the Banjo Boys Variety Band, Somp and Dixie, I hope I'm saying that name correct. John Philip Sousa Band, of course, is always popular. We've got Mudaiko, if I'm saying that correctly, is a fantastic entertainment and education drumming, Japanese art of drumming that you can check out. New this year, we added a country band, Gravel Roads, which I've heard nothing but good stuff about Gravel Roads. There's a traditional New Orleans jazz band, the St. Peter Street Stompers, and of course, I'd be remiss to not thank Culver's and Lupien GMC and Golden Valley Federated Women's Club for sponsoring these concerts. Great concerts in the parks on Monday nights, and I know a lot of the community out there has attended these, and just a fantastic way to spend a summer Monday evening in the parks.
A lot of variety.
A lot of variety. A lot of variety, and a lot of talented, creative people out there playing some wonderful music.
And then you do some movies in the park too for families?
Movies in the park, I think, is really a great way to spend the evening. There's two nights on the calendar. One is Thursday, August 4th, which will be shown at Wesley Park, 8:30 p.m. Bring a lawn chair, bring a blanket, come ready to enjoy a movie in the park and some snacks. Zootopia will be shown. I've not seen Zootopia yet.
Look, that's why I'm going to go. I want to see it.
And that's sponsored by WSB, which is great. Thanks to WSB for sponsoring that. And then Thursday, August 11th, Inside Out. And I have not seen that. I've heard great things about that. We'll be showing at Scheid Park. So the movies in the park are a fantastic way, again, to get outside, enjoy a beautiful night, and hopefully a great movie. Both rated PG, I think.
So a good family activity.
Good family fun for all.
Kids have fun with that, I think.
They do.
And the grown-up kids, too.
And the grown-up kids as well.
And then you can enjoy it along with them.
Right, exactly.
That's right.
So we'll encourage people to, if they've got questions about any of it, they can go on Golden Valley's website and pick up the specific information so they can
Absolutely. Get there. Most of the things I think we're talking about tonight you can find on Golden Valley's website, especially in the recreational programming. City of Golden Valley's website, and then of course the brochure that is out. And if not, if you can't find what you're looking for, please feel free to contact us at Brookview Community Center for sure. We'll
switch back to redevelopment and get to Liberty Crossings. Because at Medicine Lake Road in Winnetka, Golden Valley has been working for a while to get something done, and this is another high density area that you're preparing for the future, right?
Correct. And this is an area that our city council literally circled on a map several years ago when we sat down with our senior staff, our planning staff, and there were certain areas that we wanted to focus on. This was definitely one of them. And plus it worked out in the sense that the VFW was looking to downsize themselves.
Right.
And so opportunity literally knocked. And so what we have going on is, well, right now if you literally drive down Medicine Lake Road or Winnetka Avenue, over by the Walgreens and the Dairy Queen, you look just right next door and you're going to see buildings that have been leveled. The old Malaysian Rasa Sayang Malaysian restaurant. There was a car wash there. Soon to come down will be the CIFCO building, but the VFW building has already been taken down. And in its place, yes, it is going to be high density, but again, it's adding to that diversity that residents are asking for, especially seniors who are looking for those one-level townhomes. And so part of the plan is to have 55 townhomes that will be built, and they could be built custom for the individual. So you will have some single-level homes as well as some double-level, some two-story townhomes. But along with that, you're also going to have an apartment building. 187 units that will also be a part of that property as well. So we're looking forward to that, and I think the completion date is late 2017, early 2018.
Oh, okay, so that's just sort of barely getting underway, right?
Right. But what you're going to see really over the next few years is that you're going to see, and we've already seen it starting with the Arcata now being complete. Now you're going to see different types of housing options over the next several years, where you will see whether it's the traditional apartment, that is market rate. You'll see the affordable housing types of opportunities for people with disabilities, to the single level townhome for the seniors who are looking to downsize.
So Golden Valley is really expanding the opportunities that are available for people.
That is correct.
And building for the future.
Absolutely.
Now let's switch back to what didn't happen at the state legislature, because I know that Golden Valley was working on some particular issues. What were you wanting to have happen, and what do you think will happen next?
That's an excellent question, and if we know the answer, then we should go out and buy a lottery ticket or pick the numbers, do the pick three numbers. Golden Valley specifically, we had two primary projects. One was very specific to Golden Valley. The other one we were doing in partnership with New Hope and Crystal. The first one, even though it's Golden Valley because it's located in Golden Valley, this is what we're trying to do is create more of a pedestrian access for residents, and for that matter, I guess commuters who are bikers as well. Right at the intersection of Highway 55 and Douglas Drive. So right at the far southern tip of where the Douglas Drive construction project is going to be taking place over the next 2 years, there was unfortunately just not enough money to do this part of the project. And so at this intersection, what we're literally trying to do is put in a pedestrian tunnel. Because you have kids who are coming from the metro area to the Perpich Center, you have people who are taking the bus and working over at Optum Health, or they're going to BNC Bank over there, and trying to cross Highway 55, 7 lanes, Highway 55, and it's only going to get more dangerous. And for those who remember the 1980s video game of Frogger, I mean, this is, we showed the legislators the video of these kids trying to cross the street and almost getting hit. And so it is a true danger, and so that's what we're trying to do. That costs roughly $6 million. And so we were in the mix during the legislative process, but for those who are paying attention to what happened up at the Capitol, there was a bonding bill that was crafted, nearly $1 billion, that's with a B, $1 billion, that did not get passed at the last minute, literally at the last minute of the legislative session recently. And so there's an opportunity where we're going to push and try to see if we can still get that funded. We're trying to keep our expectations low, but we're still pushing for that. But we have a higher priority need, and that is some flood mitigation along Medicine Lake Road and Winnetka Avenue, where the cities of Crystal, New Hope, and Golden Valley really all come together. And we're just unfortunately in the right place at the right time. We're victims of storm water challenges.
And more of the 100-year rain than you ever thought could come.
Exactly. I mean, when we've looked at the models, I mean, just last night we had a tri-city council meeting with New Hope and Crystal and Golden Valley, and the total cost of this project, where we are able to capture some of the water in the 3 cities with a variety of different types of capital construction projects, or fortifying people's homes. And businesses as well. And that comes to the tune of $22 million. And as we know, money does not grow on trees. So we asked the legislature to try to assist us with that project. Sure. And last year we did ask for, the original cost was $24 million. They said, okay, can you whittle that down some? So we said, how about $8.4 million? Because that could help pay for some of the initial projects. And then they came back again and said, well, can you cut that in half? So we were in, I think up until the last week or two of session in a Senate bonding proposal for $4 plus million. And but then that last minute bill that failed, trying to reach consensus and compromise between the different political parties, we did not get in there. But there's a lot of pressure and discussion going on about having a special session. The governor has thrown down the gauntlet and said, legislature, if you want to have a session, a special session, here are the items that I need to see. So the door is still open for us.
Definitely,
and,
most definitely.
And the cities, the 3 cities are pushing because whether it's this project or even the Highway 55 Douglas Drive project, those impact us as a region in the West Metro area, whether they're county streets, county roads, or whether they're state highways. You have a lot of commuters coming in and out on a daily basis. You have residents and you have businesses and schools that will be impacted if we don't address these issues. So we're working, but we realize that it's a long, slow, deliberative process, and we'll probably have to be back at this next year.
And then one of the things I noticed when I was looking on your website, so to give you a chance to ask for it, is that you need volunteer firefighters.
Right. Thank you. Yes. Yes. And again, Juanita, you're great because everything you keep asking about is in the in the city news this for our May-June edition. And in fact, Steve Baker would be thrilled with me. He is our fire education specialist, and we have a nice little spread here. Is firefighting right for you? There you go. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And what I have circled there is a recruitment expo and a recruitment meeting that we have coming up in the month of June. For those who are interested, it is there's so many reasons to be a firefighter. These are paid on-call firefighters who some have put in 20 plus years. And you can either work, if you don't live in Golden Valley, you can still be on the force, being a firefighter if you work within a certain distance of the city, so that you are capable of being to where we need you in a timely fashion, or of course being a resident. And we have a force of, I believe, 40 plus firefighters. We have 3 stations, 3 companies, and we're always looking for new recruits because, like I said, we've had some people serve 20 plus years. And as much as they want to stay on, sometimes there's a requirement for them to retire. So we're always looking for new people.
So we'll encourage people, if something you've been thinking about, check with the city. You can gather a lot of information. People will be happy to talk to you about it, right? And then move forward if it's something that fits with your schedule and what you'd like to do with it. Well, I want to thank you so much for both of you sharing your time and your expertise with our audience out there. And remember, if any of these issues resonated with you and you don't live in Golden Valley, then be sure to contact with your mayors and city council people. And if you live in Golden Valley, contact Mayor Shep. And we'll look for you next week. Bye.